So I just landed in Phoenix. I'm super excited because this is my first time actually traveling to Flagstaff. I'm going out there to see two of our contractors that we're partnered with. We're gonna spend the next couple of days doing some quarterly planning, set their businesses on the right foundation to close out the year super strong and have an absolutely killer 2025. I love doing stuff like this, like traveling to see our guys all across the country, mainly because working with them on Zoom calls is great, don't get me wrong. You get a really intimate understanding of their day-to-days, which just gives me more insight altogether. And with construction businesses, the more information, the more insight that I can have when I work with them, the better that it enables me, enables my team to actually help them out. So I'm stoked for this trip, and hopefully we'll get some time on some job sites as well. So I have made it to the Flagstaff Hotel. Shout out to the Residence Inn. I'm super excited to see what Flagstaff looks like in the morning because I did fly in later in the night. Kind of like what I was saying earlier though, I love getting in person with a lot of the general contractors that I work with and meeting up with them, going out to the job site, seeing what their day-to-days look like, because running a consulting business and, you know, building out systems and processes for general contractors to, you know, save time and make more money, it's not the most important thing for us to get out in person, but there really is something to say about, you know, seeing how a business owner functions. And since we do play such an influential role with a lot of these construction businesses, I want to get every single piece of information that I can about their day-to-day. I want to connect with them genuinely. I honestly just come out here because I love connecting with these guys. You know, I respect builders so much because I believe they're like the backbone of our country. They're the backbone of a lot of economies across the world. And I just have so much respect for these guys and taking the time out of my week so that I can see not just how it is that our systems are impacting their businesses, but mainly just see like, what does a day in the life of a builder look like? So hopefully I'll be able to get to show you guys that. Could have come up with a little bit of a better setup. I did bring a tripod with me. I don't know if the lighting looks better here. I have this like tilting TV where I'm watching a YouTube video, sending some emails over here because hustle never stops. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Lev Parsegian. Whoa, that was the first time I was saying my last name. I am the founder of Cosmosify. Cosmos, the root word, means order or to bring order to the universe. And that's exactly what we're doing, is we're bringing order to general contractors' businesses. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we have so much incredible content that we're going to be creating for builders all across the US, Canada, all of North America, and who knows, maybe one day we'll get to the UK and abroad. Well, let's conquer the US first. I'm not fully sure what camera I need to be looking in still, but it is Monday morning. I'm super excited to get the day started. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but it's called Magic Mind. And they're not paying me to say this, but this stuff has been an absolute game changer for my energy levels, especially because you're on calls all throughout the day. It's really easy to just like start feeling groggy after like the first hour, but it's been working super well. Anyway, I am going to be going out to meet up with one of our partner contractors for lunch. Gonna go get some Italian food and then just kind of see where the day takes us. Maybe we'll hit some job sites. I know that we are interviewing a project manager for his company today. So hopefully you guys get to meet one of our partner contractors and kind of see what their day-to-day looks like. So let's go. Okay, never mind. Now let's go. So the one thing that I will say about downtown Flagstaff is it definitely has an old school vibe, which I actually really like. The town is, I mean, maybe this is because it's a Monday morning in downtown, but it's pretty quiet, not a lot going on. I do see a lot of specifically Irish pubs and bars, so maybe there's some history there. As somebody from Southern California, I haven't really taken the time to explore the states, explore all the different cities. So outside of the major ones within every state of the US, what I do know about Flagstaff is that it is a bit of a vacation town. A lot of people buy or build, you know, second homes, vacation homes out here, but then there are a lot of residents who live out here as well, and so I wouldn't be out here in the first place if people didn't live out here. Interesting so far. It's like my favorite stage of a construction project.
This is that unit I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So it's a little mini unit. It's a little draw on air through that pre-filter. Go out, exchange air, and then duct air back in just to do those air exchanges. But yeah, like, you know, again, kind of picking up some of the trade stuff with the grids.
This is
and
cool.
The casement style.
Yep.
Casement style windows. Or actually, these are on, I think. Let's see. Yeah, these are on. It's a little tip out. So even when it's raining, you know, you can have these open.
No screens.
The screens will go in when we're done. They go in on the inside. So we're gonna do some built-in bunk beds here. So 4 beds in here on the wall.
When did you guys finish the drywall?
I think on Friday.
Oh wow. And this is spray foam too?
Whole thing's spray foam to the ceiling. And then on this one, under the slab, we did rigid foam on the foundation walls and so far in on the slab to insulate that as well, so you don't get transferred through the concrete.
What kind of slab?
It's just 4-inch concrete slab on.
No post tension?
I mean, not here. Other places, yeah. Smaller little kitchen, but you know, we'll have cabinetry here, sink, range, hood.
You look at all this and it's like, you see the end product from the beginning.
That to me is kind of innate, it's built in.
It's built into you.
And people struggle with that, and they're like, I just wish I could know what this is going to look like. And it's like, well, we can, you know, render up some stuff on the computer or whatever, and try to help you get a vision, but that is one nice thing, is I see it all done already.
I know general contractors butt heads with architects oftentimes, right? Because architects can draw up like the most beautiful, you know, Disney World-esque style drawings,
right?
But they're not always the most feasible. And so I guess, like, how do you kind of gauge feasibility on projects?
Right, so that's where trying to get in on the ground floor with somebody at the very beginning, use your architect or somebody you prefer to work with, be able to have that engagement and be able to collaborate through the design process from day one.
And that's something you guys have.
We do.
That's great.
And I think that's important. You know, this particular project, these plans were handed to us from a trusted, reputable architect who we work with a lot. And we gave a little bit of input. We're like, hey, you know, we're going to tweak this and that because this little detail doesn't work. Oh yeah, no problem, no big deal. But for the most part, they're pretty solid. But yeah, in that process, we would be like, hey, yeah, that looks great. But to build that or to try to get the energy efficiency standards, we need to redesign this.
Right.
A good example is window treatments. There's this one architect we work with a lot that likes to really get super ornate with these. And he'll put horizontal sills that project out, big header projections, and extensive trim details that project out.
Right.
But every house we go to where we've done those, water and snow sit on them, they rot out. And so we've tried to help say, hey, we can do that, but let's kind of keep it more 2D flat.
To mitigate that, right?
Flashing, exactly. Now, obviously, here's no big deal. It's undercover, but on this prevailing side here, where you're just getting pounded. Yeah, rain,
completely
snow,
open.
And so we have, you know, a drip edge on top, so as water runs down, it hits that, rolls off, and it's not rolling into the face of all these windows. So those are the kinds of things. And especially if you get an architect that's not from the area, they're going to design some wacky stuff that you're like, nah, that doesn't work here, man.
And is that just because, like, you as a good GC architect collaboration just comes down to understanding like the nature of the types of homes that are built in a certain city, or is that kind of your experience?
Well, so there's a couple of different things. I mean, it's the environment, it's the location, the actual physical science of the place you live.
Sure.
But then there's also aesthetics and design appropriate for this town. And so, you know, you get a Phoenix architect that draws up this nice plaster monstrosity with flat parapet roofs, and A, it doesn't fit here. B, no. If you put 4 or 6 feet of snow on this flat roof,
it's not a good idea.
Pitch roofs. So
that's exactly what you guys did here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as you guys can see, I've been walking through this job site with Bob. I haven't given him the ability to really introduce himself, but this is Bob Harris III. He's a third-generation general contractor based out of Flagstaff. As far as like the city itself, I know you're from San Diego. I'm obviously from San Diego. What is like the biggest thing that you love about this town, and like why do you love being a GC here?
Smaller town.
Yeah.
Relationships, knowing people.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you're just not wrapped up in this huge rat race.
Yeah.
Competition and running all over the county. You know, 2 hours this way, an hour that way. It's just a lot slower pace, and a little easier, a little nicer, and just having those relationships.
You've been in this town for a while. You've been running B3 construction for quite a long time. You and I have been working for a bit as well. I guess what separates you?
I like to think that we go the extra step to make sure that projects are completed 100% complete. All the details, you know, not to the point of perfection, but darn near close. We strive for that and pull it back a little bit. You know, having good relationships with our trade partners to where we can make a phone call and they'll be here now instead of, well, we'll put you off 3 weeks. So being able to execute projects quicker.
Like, I feel like working with you guys off the camera, like you were talking to one of your clients that you've been working with, and it's like you have genuine, authentic relationships with every single client that you work with. And I feel like that's kind of, yeah, I mean, that's like the intention. And it seems like that's kind of like a big separator between you guys. It's not transactional. It's very like, we're building something with you. This is a very collaborative process.
Absolutely.
Right. You guys can find Bob, B3 Construction, b3-construction.com. Right. Really cool projects that Bob has, you know, had a hand in creating, and his team has had a hand in creating as well. Super happy that we got to tour this site, man. What a view.
So you get all that, then you get the entire city.
Yeah.
The smaller mountain range, the larger mountain range.
Yeah.
This is the water pressure station. They pump it all, but I mean, that's the money shot right there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Arizona. We have a few mountains.
Yeah.
It's not Colorado.
Yeah,
we have
for
the
sure.
Rocky Mountains. We're everywhere. So we're proud of that mountain.
Yeah. That's your mountain. You're going to claim it.
This lot is so got 2 driveways, got 1 entrance, 1 exit.
This lot is the real deal.
But the amount of excavation and haul off that we're doing on this sucker, it's just a lot. I mean, you can see the cut. Like,
Yeah.
What it's done so far. Where this excavator is sitting is going to go down another 14 feet.
Wow.
So
Let's check it out.
about here out, this all gets cut down another 14 feet.
Wow.
For a full, like, 3,000 square foot garage.
This is sick.
Like an 8-car garage.
Oh my gosh.
It's got steel beams in it, so it's all free span.
Yeah.
Total man cave.
So Bob, where are we?
This is Flagstaff Ranch.
Yep.
So this is kind of, I'd say, southwest of Flagstaff, main downtown property. You can
Okay.
see up there, the hospital and the NAU.
Yeah.
That we all just drove by, the white dome there is the
Right on.
stadium.
This is so cool, and the air here is like unbelievably fresh.
72, what's our elevation? 72 something. Got it marked on it.
Okay, so I see this the Flagstaff hype. I get it. It's cool. It's cool.
This is welded cinder.
Yeah.
So these are cinder rocks. Volcanic. I mean, yeah, it does a little sluffy, but
Yeah.
it's there. 6 cut back 2
And again.
6
Yeah.
back 2 up between that and the trees and the stumps and everything.
So you guys are going ground up on this thing.
Complete virgin land ground up. Yep.
And what's your experience doing ground up projects like this? Because I know obviously you guys do remodel work, higher
So
end
something on
remodel
this
work.
size and scale, this is our biggest. Our contract for this is about 2.2
Yeah.
ish. So yeah, I've done multi-million-dollar commercial projects, but not multi-million-dollar home
Residential.
projects.
Yeah.
So this is definitely bigger on scale
Yeah.
and value.
Do you think that this project is kind of going to be one of those that you look back on and say, yeah, this was a pivotal moment for the company?
Yeah, it'll definitely be a showpiece and a pinnacle
Yeah.
for what we're aiming for in the future. Our trajectory is, wanting to do nicer, higher end custom homes, bigger projects, nicer remodels. So it's like, yeah, we took care of this one up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really putting a lot of effort into wanting to document this, trying to market it a little bit, advertise, as I said. Some signage.
That's what we're doing. A big part of what you and I are working on together is like the business side of things. Financially managing a project like this, like what are some of the key thoughts that you have just in the early stages of the development of this project?
Well, one of the questions I ask my clients in the very beginning stages is, how are we paying for this?
Yeah.
Is it finance, self-financed, cash, whatever? And so that has a factor, because if it's being financed, you're involving financial institutions that are going to want to come inspect progress. They're going to want all kinds of extra paperwork and bonds and documentation and all these different things. And so it becomes a little more complicated that way, as opposed to this being just a full cash build where the owner just wires your money whenever you ask for it.
Yeah.
And so there's that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And just the scale and size of it, obviously, over $2 million, that's a lot more funds to manage and pay and contract. And so it's just bigger. High-end custom remodels, that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
On the remodel front, it's like, hey, we've got experience doing high-end remodels. We do them well.
Yeah.
These are the benefits. These are the features. This is our price.
This is what it is.
This is what it is. And in most of those projects, we're coming in 2 or 3, 4 recommendations deep from different people, and they already know they want to use us. It's just, where do we sign?
Yep. I know a lot of builders, like they kind of want to, a big thing for them is like dialing in their internal processes so that they can bid out higher work, and so that they can, recruit the right talent and things like that. And so I guess, what have you kind of found over the last couple of months that we've been working together has helped you to kind of get things in place so that you can really flesh out your next year for 2025?
Just getting processes in place, getting the personnel in place to be able to manage the flow, be able to be efficient, bill in a timely manner, cash flow, all the things that are critical to a successful business. Being able to dial all those things in, have those solid established processes. Being able to leave for a week or a month and not worry that the house is going to burn down.
Yeah, that's right.
People are in place. It's going. It's
this past week you went to whitewater rafting. How was that?
Whitewater rafting. It was absolutely amazing. And the best part about it was no cell service down there. There's nothing, no Wi-Fi. You can't contact anybody.
So you were actually able to go on a proper vacation.
Off the grid, 7 days. It was great.
10 years ago, would you believe that would even be a possibility?
It wasn't a possibility. I didn't have the personnel in place. I didn't have the business developed far enough. And the revenue and the volume that we were doing to justify me just walking away, because I was still swinging a hammer back then. Now I'm not. I'm selling jobs and running the company.
Let's keep doing it.
And
let's keep doing it.
That's good stuff.
All right, so it's day 2. I didn't finish off the vlog from yesterday. I was really tired by the time that I got back to my hotel room, but we are ready to get started. Hat is on, off to see our other partner contractors. Gotta do a little fit check. You see it. Let's go. I think pretty much what I've learned is film in 0.5x. I'm way too close to my face, and I feel like I need to like hold the phone out like this, and that's just like really inconvenient, even though I'm doing it right now. We shot a lot of amazing things yesterday. It was really cool to be able to check out Bob's job site and kind of what it is that he's creating with the company right now. A lot of our contractors, they're kind of in that spot where they're really good at what they do, in the sense that they build some amazing things, whether it be custom homes or full home remodels, but it's just the business side of things that they really that they really deserve the help with. And so that's exactly what we do with a lot of our guys, is take the one-on-one time to figure out what the bottlenecks are in their companies, so that we can deliver solutions so that they can actually get to the level that they want to get to. And mainly, most of the time, for a lot of the smaller GCs that we work with, the main mission is really just to serve people exceptionally, and to buy back a lot of our GC's time so that they can spend a little bit more time doing the things that they love with the people that they love. I say that all the time, but that's really big. So we're gonna go see Dallas and Patrick today from Up North Construction, and I'm stoked. All right, Patrick, where are we at?
Right now we're at Lake Trail.
Dallas? Howdy. Let's check out some of these other projects.
That's what's a trip compared to like humans and animals. We can't even hold our own heads up.
Yeah. What was like kind of the whole inspiration behind the project in the first place?
This is all the owner. She's a designer.
Oh, wow.
She's a designer.
And how'd you guys meet her?
She saw my truck at Home Depot. Yep.
That's awesome. We're in Parks, right?
Parks, Arizona.
Parks, Arizona. About 40 minutes from Flag?
Yeah.
What's over here?
It's the master bath. This is the new master bath.
This was a bedroom?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so what's over here?
That's going to be a hutch. It's just a piece of furniture, like a dresser.
Right, and this is going to be a shower, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right on. All right, so I have officially made it back from Flagstaff. It was a really great trip. I think the biggest thing that I took away is just the pace of life in different cities, counties, and states. They're different, and so figuring out like who our contractors are at the core, like at the heart, and what really motivates them or pushes them to go as hard as they do, interesting to me. And it was really cool to just touch ground and just see everything that they're creating within their businesses, and then for their communities. Like, I think that home building and just remodel work, all of that stuff, it's like one of the most noble professions out there, and I just respect all of our guys so much. And so yeah, if you guys like videos like this where I kind of give you a little bit more behind the scenes of working with our guides and being out in the field and stuff like that, I would like to get some more feedback to kind of figure out what what kind of videos you guys would enjoy the most. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, once again, I run Cosmos Fi, a consulting company that helps general contractors grow their companies so that they can spend time doing the things that they love with the people that they love, and grow a business that makes them a lot of money. So I will talk to you guys soon, and I'm gonna go get a haircut. Peace out.